What's up, YouTube family and Browns fans everywhere? This is Cleveland Football, and I'm your host, Terrence Hudson. All right. So we are a week away from live NFL action. Last night we watched the final week of the preseason. We saw our Browns come out on top over the Detroit Lions, mostly rookies matchup and guys trying to make the squad. But it's all right. We saw some good football. And just looking forward to the start of the season. So, as we get into this first week, I would like to pose the question. All right, who really runs the North? And by the North, I mean the AFC North. So, who really runs the North? We know that division titles aren't given out in August or September or even October for that matter. But it is fun to talk about. And, hey, let's hop into it. Let's break it down team by team, looking at the AFC North. Let's start with the Bengals. We saw what the Bengals did last year. They was 6-10, last in the division. We saw they, mutually parted ways with Marvin Lewis. I don't know, you mutually part ways. They got a new coach in Zach Taylor. Looked like he's coming over from under that Sean McVay tree and out in LA. I think NFL.com rated them the best draft grade in the division. They got the offensive tackle Jonah Williams from Alabama. But with the Bengals, I really don't know what to expect from them. Given that they have a new coach coming in under that McVay tree, they might look a lot like the Rams, or at least an imitation version of the Rams. Still think they're young and they got a long way to go. I mean, they got some folks there, Andy Dalton, AJ Green, but they even battled injuries the last couple years, and even AJ Green battling an injury right now. So I don't expect too much from the Bengals. They finished last year and probably go finish, if not last, close to last this year. All right, so let's move on to the Ravens. Looking at the Ravens, I can't believe they actually won the division last year. They went 10-6. They won just enough. They split, with us. They split with the Bengals. They split with the Steelers. They pretty much split with the division 1-1 as far as win, loss. For them, it's Lamar Jackson. As Lamar goes, so goes the Ravens, as the way I see it. So how far has he come? And from last year, we saw that their playoff game, I want to say, was it against the Chargers, and he couldn't get anything going. So, how far did he come over this offseason? Will they tailor the offense towards his strengths? Will they try to change him or have him do things new, or will they capitalize on his strengths? Get him the ball on the outside, have him run it. We'll see about that. Defense, they lost C.J. Mosley, but they gained Earl Thomas. But they still don't scare me. I don't think they're going to score enough points, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on that defense. Will that defense be able to hold up? That is going to be the question. Can they win some 17-13 games, some 14-6? How much pressure can that defense take? Because I just don't see them scoring a lot of points. I see defenses loading up the box and daring Lamar Jackson to beat him with the pass. Do I think he's capable of doing that? I do. I liked him when he was in college, when he was in Louisville, and I just think, he just needs some work, needs some reps, and have to have somebody that's going to work with him and tailor an offense towards his strengths. But will the Ravens do that? We don't know. But as of right now, they do not scare me. And I actually got them possibly coming in third in the division. So now let's move on to Pittsburgh. We know about Pittsburgh. 9-6-1 last night. They missed last year. I said last night. Well, they missed the playoffs. We had, they beat us once and they tied with us once. We saw what happened there. Well, we was going through some things that first and that second game. Probably should have won both of them, but they didn't come out our way. With them, they done lost two of the killer bees. It's just one bee now, and that's Ben. So as for them, as goes Ben, I say, as goes the Steelers. I run into folks right now. I live in Western Pennsylvania, and I run into Steelers fan all the time. Oh, we're gonna be okay. No Bell, no Brown. Oh, Brown, good riddance. You see what he's doing with the Raiders. He was doing the same thing when he was with y'all. So, and it was okay then. They do have the one draft pick from the University of Toledo, my alma mater. It's hard for me to cheer against my guys. Dante Johnson, wide receiver, selected in the 3rd round. So, he one of my guys. I wish him the best. But as far as Pittsburgh, I don't. It's gonna be hard. Will Juju have somebody for him as he was for Brown? Brown caught a lot of double coverage, leaving Juju wide open, or leaving Juju with one-on-one coverage. Will Juju have somebody to, be able to be that person who he was to Brown? Somebody who take the top off the coverage, somebody who go be able to beat one-on-one coverage. We'll have to find that out. They got the receiver, James Washington, but who else is going to step up? Will Dante Johnson step up? They're going to have some opportunities because Juju is going to draw some attention. All right. But as far as, I don't see them making the playoffs this year. And I don't want to hear it. I have to hear from them all the time. You'll see. And then it always goes back to, oh, we got six. Tired of hearing that too. All right. A lot of people got 6. You know what I'm saying? We could retire 6 at this point. Y'all not the only team with 6 Super Bowl wins. So I think 6 at this point has been retired. All right. I don't want to hear about what y'all did in the 70s. Half of y'all weren't even born. And hear about what you did in 70, 74, 76, 78. About old stuff. Y'all talk about old stuff. Going all the way back when, just old, ancient. Them days is gone. They going all the way back with Joshua and Israelites broke down the walls of Jericho. Y'all talk about stuff that just been a long time ago. We don't want to hear about that. We want to hear about now. What have you done for me lately? That's what we want to hear about. So, I just have to Steelers fans for you. But, I'm in Western Pennsylvania right now, so I have to hear from them. So, I'm going to be looking forward to addressing those things this year. Hey, let's move on to us. 7-8-1 last year. We gave away some games. We saw what happened in New Orleans. We saw what happened out in Oakland. We saw what happened with the Chargers. We saw what happened out in Tampa Bay. We should have been in the playoffs last year. We should have won a division. It was some games that we just gave up. Just gave the game away. So we're gonna have to be able to win those games, close out those games. All right. We got Freddie Kitchens as a new coach. He was on the staff last year. I like him. I like the way he look. I like the way he talk right now. You're gonna have to win some games. We know what we got in OBJ, Kareem Hunt. Bringing some guys in. That's just, man. We was already had a nice offense, but now But again, we're gonna have to show it on the field. As far as rookies coming in, Greedy Williams, I could return of the Mac Wilson. Let these guys play. Taki, Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. I could see a spot for him on special teams on both sides. Running down on punt and returning punts, kind of like a Josh Krebs. We got some things there. Let these guys play, man. They pups, but they biting. Like one of my old heads used to say. My old coaches, Coach Fisher, James Fisher, Glenville High School, class of 1958. As he used to say, if he bite as a pup, he'll bite as a dog. So these pups is biting. And actually, John Cooper, former head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, he said that first, but he said it a little different. He said if a dog gonna bite, he'll bite as a pup. But I like the way Fish said it. If he bite as a pup, he'll bite as a dog. So let these pups loose. They are biting, and they are going to help us. We're going to have some rookies help us this year. I'm going to say on offense and on defense. So I like that. So a lot of unanswered questions. For the Bengals, who are the Bengals? Who are you? We go find out. All right. For the Ravens, how much better is Lamar Jackson? We'll go find that out. For the Steelers, no Brown, no Bell. What are you going to get out of the defense? That's my other question for them. You know, will you be more like a steel curtain? All right. Or will you be Charmin extra soft? You know, we'll go find that out. And that's for us. You know, are we really for real? Are we really for real? I believe that we are. I believe that we are. And my other question is, what do we get out of our defense? I think that will be answered too. I like us. I like us. All right. So that's my breakdown of the AFC North. I also wanted to get this out here. If you would like to compete against me in a weekly pick'ems, log into, if you have ESPN, log into ESPN Pigskin Pick'em. I used to, you know, go with the NFL.com's version of the weekly pick'ems, but they've changed it, and I don't know what they've done to it. It just looks weird and different now. But if you want to compete against me, ESPN Pigskin Pick'em, log in, find the CLE football group, Cleveland football group, CLE football, and you make your picks each week. You get 1 point per correct pick, and then let's see who come out on top. I can't do fantasy right now. I just can't do it like the full-on fantasy picking players and guys. So AFC North, there it is. So if you like, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe.